the job that I took was at the Polo Grill. It made me crazy. So I took a job with a restaurant company in D.C. That at that time owned and operated the Occidental Restaurant and McPherson Grill. And the Occidental was a very interesting old operation that was doing new American food, very 1980s sort of cooking. The gentleman who was a chef at that time, Jeff Bubin, now owns Vidalia and another restaurant or two in Washington, and has been a good friend and colleague for a long time. And I trained into the Occidental in the front of the house, and then went to McPherson Grill, which promptly I found out they were getting ready to sell because the recession was hitting in '91, you know, when the Gulf War happened, and had a chance to figure out what it was like to work in a restaurant where they could not pay their bills, which is very interesting, and you're being told basically to lie to vendors and, you know, tell people their paychecks are going to be okay and all that kind of stuff, and figure out how to barter for things, and, you know, and you work every day. You work every shift that you're open because you're the only manager, and, you know, and it's the recession, and it's the only job that you know. And so I had a really nice opportunity to learn good business from those guys, which makes me super fanatical crazy about making sure we pay everyone exactly where they're supposed to be paid. And then from there, I worked as a GM of a couple of restaurants in D.C. and was working for a company as sort of a cleaner, Capital Restaurant Concepts. In other words, if a restaurant was not operating the way it was supposed to, whether it was in the kitchen or in the front of the house or in the back of the house in accounting, I would go see what was going on and clean. Which is maybe not the most popular job you could ever do, but you learn a lot getting it done. And you learn a lot about how people can take things they're not supposed to take and do things they're not supposed to do and all that sort of business. So people often think of the restaurant business as being sort of a very seedy or unprofessional world, and I had a nice opportunity to see an awful lot of that in my 20s. Which makes me pretty nuts about exactly how we conduct our business, because I think that our company, we try to teach people from the ground up to, you know, treat service and treat food as their profession. And if there's a rap on us on the street, it's that we push. You know, it is not easy. I kind of don't care how you did yesterday. It's someone else's birthday today. There are no off days, you know. It's the first time you're ever going to come in. Why should you have someone who's not in a good mood taking care of you? It's not about, if you're in service, it's not about you, it's about the client. Your pleasure should be taken and professionally taken care of the client. And that, in our culture, is a bit of a struggle because, you know, we are the not you, we're the me culture, right? We're about us. So teaching that culturally is a little bit of a tough thing.